Now the key scene is in the court when Elizabeth is called upon to tell the truth. And in that scene we see the strains of many different strains from the play revolving around the affair coming to light. Elizabeth is found in possession of a puppet, and it appears to the court that she has used this doll in order to inflict a physical wound on Abigail. And in order to defend his wife, Proctor has to show the court that Abigail has a vendetta against her. And the only way to show that Abigail has a motive against his wife is to admit to the crime of lechery. Under examination in the court, he confesses, "I have known her in the proper place where my beasts are bedded." Here he's making a comparison between Abigail and a beast, an animal. He suggests that her behaviour is cruel, inhumane, and uncivilized. It does not respect the morals or the laws of human society. And this is the significant truth upon which the whole play hinges. Of course, Abigail denies the charge. She says, "Mr. Danforth, he is lying." And it becomes incumbent on Proctor to prove to the court that she is lying. In order to do this, he explains to the court that his wife fired Abigail over the affair and that she will confirm the matter. Elizabeth is put in a position whereby she must confirm her husband's crime in public and consequently ruin his name in the community. Proctor assures the court that she will do this as her character is so pure. He explains directly, "My wife cannot lie." Proctor makes clear that his wife, even if she wanted to tell a lie, did not have the ability to do so. It's simply not something that she can do. However, in order for Elizabeth to show faith in her husband and that the relationship between the two of them is strong despite the affair, she sacrifices her own reputation as somebody who tells the truth, and she lies to save her husband's name. When she lies, Proctor cries out, "Elizabeth, I've confessed it," and she immediately sees the consequences of what she has done. She says, "Oh God," and she knows that she has just sentenced her husband as a liar. It is her first and only lie. The denial by Elizabeth suggests to the court that she is a liar, and that her husband is lying in order to discredit Abigail. Both are then, of course, condemned as witches. And their attempts to do the right thing, to enact a good thing, actually serve the perverse role of destroying both of their reputations. Proctor is offered the chance to save his life at the end of the play, but he will not sign a confession to witchcraft on grounds that it should be enough for him to say out loud to the court. There should be no need for his name to be nailed upon the church door and for him to be humiliated in front of the rest of the community. He says, "God does not need my name nailed upon the church." The value of the name, though, is highlighted by two final acts by Proctor. The first is that when he makes his confession to witchcraft, he refuses to implicate or condemn any of the other villagers. Despite being offered the names of all sorts of people in the village by Danforth, Proctor insists, "I speak my own sins. I cannot judge another." He's racked by the pain of lying to save his own life, and he refuses to have his name further tarnished by sending the others to the gallows. He's clearly principled enough not to want to be responsible for the murder of his friends in the community. He knows that the witch hunt is a fraud, and he will not be a party to the death of the others. The second important point is that he will not allow his name to be written down. He's ashamed that he has confessed to a crime he did not commit purely to save his own life, out of cowardice. He feels he has compromised his own integrity, but he fears that to write it down is to provide a lasting record of his shameful cowardice, and that his sons in the future will be ashamed of their father. It's heartbreaking when he begs of Danforth. He says, "I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world? And I sold my friends." He's crippled by the sense that he has brought shame on his family by having an affair with Abigail, but so much worse is his shame that he is about to ruin the name that his sons will inherit. The tumult of shame through the affair and the confession builds to the second climax of the play. The first climax, of course, is when Elizabeth tells her lie. The second climax is when Proctor destroys the confession that he has signed. The stage direction goes, Proctor tears the paper and crumples it, and he is weeping in fury. He prefers to die an honest man than to live for a lie. The revelations of Proctor's adultery and Elizabeth's lie in the court provide the further revelation of Proctor's true character. In order to preserve his name and the sense of his integrity, his own goodness, he is compelled to sacrifice his own life. The scene reveals Proctor's faith in his wife and his desire to see the truth prevail. The ideas are carried through right to the end, where Proctor is hanged in order to be a good man.